Hello, everyone. This is Each Sense here. Talk to you guys about California's recent wage hike. Right now, they have decided, and I shouldn't say right now, but a couple days ago, they decided that they were going to increase the minimum wage from $16 to $20. Now, here's the deal, okay? I am for everyone making as much money as they possibly can. And in order to do so, you obviously have to, work. Of course, though, economics come into as a factor, and you have to take into consideration that this may, or should I say, this may help businesses, but it can also hurt businesses, as well as helping workers and hurting workers. So let's begin. This happened April 1st, and a lot of, fast food restaurants are hurting because of that. Here's my take, okay? And this is going to sound pretty crappy, but similar to how you have people say that there are useless jobs, there are also useless businesses, okay? And what I see is going to happen from this hike is people are going to lose some jobs. That's just the fact of the matter. Okay. It always happens with whatever wage hike. However, and this is something that's not talked about as much, is that even if you have a wage hike, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything just goes bad. In fact, it could be a positive in the long term. Why? Because more money in the pockets of employees can definitely help in the long term. Now, this is going to hurt mostly the restaurant industry, okay? Because really, the restaurant industry works on low margins. However, the fact of the matter is that when you engage in these type of, how should I say, contracts where you go get a job in the restaurant industry, you already are in a situation that you're broke. As I said before, I said this again. The only people who are really making money in the restaurant industry are people who are selling the actual food items and products. I'm not talking about the restaurant owner. I'm not talking about the chef. I'm not talking about, the cook or any of those people. I am talking about the actual people selling produce to these companies. That's it. Those are the people who are making money. If you're not in that part, well, you're basically screwed. So, what's this impact on California's wage? How's that going to, reverberate across California and the economy? Well, for one, you may have people move out of California because of this. Okay. Sounds weird to say, but if you're used to paying employees a certain type of wage and you look outside and pick another state, let's say Mississippi, I'm assuming they don't have any state minimum wage. It's probably federal at $7.25. You might go ahead and do that. However, as I said before, I said this again, there's always trade-offs. Even if you go to Mississippi and you decide to establish your business there, the question is, well, do you even have the talent that can actually work at your company? People always ask, why is it that California passed these type of insane laws? Well, for one, and I always try to make people understand and keep this in mind, California is the number one economy in the United States of America. Now, you can complain about whatever political persuasion you want to argue about. In California, you can talk about Skid Row, etc. But at the end of the day, California is the number one economy. They have Hollywood. They have tech. They have their own wine industry. They have their own education industry. California is a powerhouse of a state. So if they pass this law, okay, they can more or less do whatever the heck they want to do. You see a lot of companies, right? They still locate in California. Why? Because of the infrastructure and the talent. Let's look at another example, okay? I'm from the Midwest. There's a state called Kansas, and they used to have a governor called Samuel Brownback. Now, Brownback decided that, hey, you know what? I'm going to adopt the mantra that all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut taxes. So he did that. And, most people who voted for him said, hey, we want that. We just want to cut taxes. Okay. And business will come here. Incorrect. You want to know why that's incorrect? Because businesses don't exist without infrastructure. Because businesses is trade legalized. That's all it is. So you have a bunch of businesses, they want to locate there, but where's the talent? Where's the infrastructure? Where is the specialized labor for them to create the skills that they need? Kansas couldn't produce that. Not only couldn't they produce that, they put their government into, I think, a deficit where they actually had to start cutting a lot of public programs, right? So school days weren't no longer like 5 days, it will be 4 days. What does that have to do with California? Well, it's very simple, okay? California has its own economy, has its own businesses, and it wouldn't surprise me that from said businesses, they're able to, dominate because you got low tier jobs, you got low tier businesses. Restaurant businesses are low tier. Doesn't matter if you're a business owner because at the end of the day, you're still dependent on labor to make a living for yourself. Okay. Now let's look at it from the worker side. All right. You get a bunch of money or you think you're getting a bunch of money, but guess what? You work in the restaurant industry. So now your hours are cut because going from 16 to 20, let's say you're working, I don't know, just to give an example, 10 hours. All right. 10 times 16, that's 160. Okay, cool. Now went from $16 to $20. Okay. That sounds great. But now your employer has reduced your hours to what? 7 hours. So you were doing 10 hours, but now you're doing 7 hours. Okay. Just give you an example. Even if you make a lot of money from minimum wage, you need to also understand that as a laborer, you are at cost to a business. And when I say laborer, I mean any human being that works at a business. Okay. So that includes employees, that includes management, that includes C-suite. All of these individuals are a cost to the overall business. Okay. Some would just cost more than others. So if you're an employee, what should you do? How do you take advantage of California's wage hike if you were an employee of California? Well, it's really simple. You start a business. As I said before, I said this again. The country is moving towards business ownership. And if you don't have a business, which this country was built upon because business is property, then you're going to have a hard time having success in the United States of America. That's just the fact of the matter. Okay. $16 to $20, I think is pretty insane. However, California is an insane state to live in. So you need to be hustling and bustling. A lot of people can't do that, unfortunately. Okay. They can't hustle and bustle. And because of that, they get left in the dust and they don't do too well. All right. McDonald's. Okay. Prices of McDonald's food have doubled, with a McChicken sandwich now priced at $3 compared to its $1 price tag 10 years ago. Once synonymous with quick and affordable meals, fast food has now become costly, reshaping customer expectations. A lot of people are going to, go to more localized food joints because, hey, fast food, which already operates on low margins, they're just not going to, let's be honest, take it. Because you can only cut so much once you cut. Okay. I don't disagree with cutting, but at the end of the day, there is a limit to what you got to cut. Anyways, that's all I got to say on this topic. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you like the video, just leave a like, comment, and that is all. Bye.